I have assessed our encounter with the Netherbrain from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time, but the Netherbrain calculates every possible move at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Elithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain.
This fella and his ultimatums. But he's forgetting one thing. We could become Illithid. I mean, I could. You could trust me to do what needs to be done.
I will consume his thoughts, his knowledge, his brain. In theory, yes. You have resisted such a fate so far, and this would be a complete evolution. And you will be an Illithid for the rest of your days. Is this really something you would be willing to accept?
Hang on! We need to talk this through. There's so much at stake.
This may be our last chance to defeat the brain.
The Emperor might be right, but we're not out of options yet. Let me transform. I'm not long for this world. I can feel it. You can trust me to use the stones as we planned. To defeat the brain and nothing more. It's the perfect solution. Say you agree. Please. I've never been more sure of anything. This heart inside me is about to blow. Doesn't matter which body it takes out with it, right? If this is the end for me, let me be the motherfucker who saved the world. I trust you. Do what you think is right, and I'll stand by you. But if you change your mind, just say so. I'm here. And I'm ready for whatever comes next.
An easy proposition for the Emperor to make, become a Mind Flayer. It has no soul to sacrifice. If it did, perhaps it would understand the weight of what it's asking of us, and why we might seek an alternative. I know we've been through this before, but our situation has changed since then. Not for the better. I think it's time we reconsider the orb. With its power, I could put an end to this whole thing. Crown, Netherbrain, Absolute. Everything. In a word, yes. The real question is, do you trust me? Do not mistake me, I want to live. But I've been careless enough with my life in the past. I can hardly stand by and watch you sacrifice yours. Once I'm in position, I'll ensure you are removed to a safe vantage point to watch the fireworks. You need not die alongside me, nor surrender your soul in becoming an Illithid. Entirely. Please, at least consider my offer. Regardless, my offer stands. Should you change your mind, I will not let you down.
I trust you have aired opinions and grievances and made your decision. Are you ready to become a Mind Flayer?
If that's the only way of putting an end to this god's forsaken mess, I will not fail you.
No. It is too great a risk. The wizard has a history of being vulnerable to the temptations of power. It cannot be relied upon for so great a task. Not unless we have exhausted all other options. And we have not. You must give me the stones. Or embrace your own illithid evolution. Then you will have to trust me. You will have to give me the stones. Thank you. Now stand aside. I will assimilate the Githyanki's power in your stead. Do not judge me. Come, we must follow the brain's path. This time, we will not fail.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Come, it's time to leave.
I wasn't prepared.
Hope we made the right choice. If not...
Which way to the nearest library?
Ready when you...
Gather your wits.
We proceed together.
The
Air's psionic cry shook the plains and marked his locus. I will avenge him! Mother Gith, hear me. Yis Githga Tavki Krashed.
Time slows to a crawl while he scrutinizes you. In his eyes, his people's past and future. Fighting as he tries to understand the true path, the right path. The weight of responsibility heavy upon him.
The enemy of my enemy is no friend to me. But I cannot let the Geich Empire swarm the astral plane. I will spare you. In fact, I will help you. But when the brain withers, so too does our alliance. It will not just be Vlaakith that hunts you, once the embers of battle cool down. Now go. I stand at the ready.
Lost much already, and we will lose more before the day is out. But even when the last soul falls, Baldur's Gate will stand. For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city. It is more than a place of opportunity for those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost. More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls. Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
The very same. The champion we've been waiting for. The one who will save Baldur's Gate from ruin.
The Fist examines your illithid ally with suspicion. He was not expecting the savior of Baldur's Gate to be accompanied by a mind flare.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This one, I know. Observe with whom it traveleth. Friends. This mind flare will fight with thee. It will save thy city and thy lives.
The Fist eyes your illithid ally with suspicion, softening to curiosity. His hostility melting at the recognition that there's more behind those eyes than malice.
My steel is yours, and I'm not alone.
You helped me once. I figured it's time I paid you back. With magic.
I'm better at crafting steel than wielding it. Your friend here is armored and potion-fueled and ready for battle.
I have marshaled the best the Flaming Fist has to offer. We will fight to the last.
You've unexpected friends. But my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.
The Moon Maiden's silver light is a shield in dark times. Today, it is mine to wield.
And I hold her sword.
Whatever strength I have to lend, I will lend it. I will make my city proud again.
Our city, Father. Today, I fight in your honor.
I'm in the mood to crack some skulls after that fuckery in the Temple of Baal. The City Watch will be glad to oblige me.
Not sure what I have to offer a mind flare, if I'm honest. But I hope my words of encouragement and reassurance will strengthen your resolve.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more. And I would die a proud man if I died this day.
I want my city back. And I've brought the toughest bastards from the guild to get the job done. My people have never hunted a monster this large. They are eager to join the fray.
All the strength of the lands we healed flows through me, and from me to you. And whatever company you keep.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us. And not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All eyes are on you. They're expecting a speech. Something to stir their hearts and put fire in their bellies for the fight ahead.
Well said. We'll prepare ourselves. We'll be ready when you call upon us. Balduran's grace be with you.
You feel a tickle of mirth in the Emperor's thoughts. If they only knew the truth.
Come on.
Dragons! Overhead! Stay low!
Fall back! Fall back!
Matthew!
Leave him be! We have to keep running!
Mind Flayer! Mind Flayer!
It's over.
There's a glimmer of something beyond his words. But in a moment it's gone, consumed with fear.
One last run, then we're clear!
far persistent. You have function. Leave them. Join us. Witness perfection. Witness the grand design.
Taking my time in the shadows.
Brain, it's high above the city now, far away from any innocence. I can end this now. Stop the Absolute and spare the city. The stage is set for my final act. Mistra's bidding and the redemption that lies beyond. You brought me right where I need to be. I have no right to ask more of you. It's time I spirited you to safety. For this is a fate I must face alone. I'm sure such an outcome is possible, but why risk it? If we ascend there and try to fight the good fight, well, there are no guarantees. But this way, we'll know the matter is done, and we'll know exactly what it shall cost. Me. And me alone. It's now or never. Always another way, yes. But not necessarily a better way. Please. For too long, I've lived in fear of taking a host of innocents with me when I expired. Now at least I can be assured my demise will be saving them instead. If you're mistaken, this could be the end of everything. We'll be failing right at the last hurdle. But I only made it this far thanks to you. I might have questioned such sterling guidance now. Mistra won't be pleased. But perhaps trying to please the gods is a fool's errand. Lead on, then. I shall stay my hand as long as I can. But if the tide of battle turns against us, remember I have the means to bring a swift end to this.
The crown. The very thing that has been amplifying the Netherbrain's power. And the very place that we will be able to dominate it. That's where we should use the Netherstones.
What the fuck are those?
There you are. A wizard who defied a goddess. The fury of a vermin. The pride of Baldur's Gate. Murder incarnate. You are spectacular specimens. And you will make spectacular thralls.
That's the crown. Time to cast the spell again. This time it has to work.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together.
Absolute freedom! Impossible! Pain! Fear! Terror! Reconsider! Assess! Implore! Surrender!
Subdued at last. It begs for its life.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute!
It pleads because it knows I'm its master. I will finish this.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of the Emperor's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
Master, I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. Free of urge and word, your brain is battered and bruised. But it is yours. Yours at last. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
The loss of a mind is a terrible thing, but this time, I think I'll make an exception.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mizora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
It's over. It's truly over.
My mind is clear. Its burden lifted. When the Netherbrain died, the tadpoles died with it. No offense meant, of course. I can never forget what you did for us. For the city.
It makes little difference to me. I did what I had to secure my freedom. And in spite of your resistance to evolution, you have proved a good ally. I am no more responsible for your actions than you are for mine.
Skvar, you may have succeeded, but I have failed. Gith's son is dead, and Vlaakith has abandoned me. I will be hunted by her Inquisition to the ends of the world. I must leave. I have nothing more to gain by being here. You helped my people end the Grand Design. For this, I will remember you. But I will not forget what you have cost us. You had the means to free Orpheus, but you chose not to. I will remember the fights we fought together. But my next fights will be without you.
The Githyanki are departing in peace. Curious sight in a day already full of them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. The power of Karsus would be in my hands. But what then? What would I do with it once I have it? A wise suggestion. I felt a hubris once before and landed myself with this orb. I think I'd rather not make the same mistake again. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mistra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
Heroically spoken. We must find an inn. Minsk has been banned from his share of alehalls, but I am sure you and Boo can speak for me.
I will not be joining you. I fear my presence will be no more welcome in the streets of the city than it ever was.
You're right, of course. But, well, I'll miss you, friend. Your companionship has been quite the education.
I will miss you, too.
Now that you no longer live in each other's minds, it's hard to tell if the Mind Flayer is being sincere, though perhaps no harder than it ever was.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh, no. Oh, God. Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
I doubt we'll ever see that face basking in the sun again.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you.
Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So it is. We gave this city back its life. We did that. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No. Stop. My love. We can save her. We can take her to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you. Azariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlak.
All right. All right. We have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come, to Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Well, soldier. Here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
When the invitation came, you were hip-deep in Lemur's slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. Withers, you requested your attendance in Faerun, to gather with your friends and allies, those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
He looks coyly at the... He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without the joy in the Albert.
There you are. Starting to wonder if you'd show up. He's quite but no matter. If we... You feel a little more... substantial. Same. I'm glad you seem well. Truly. Oh, hells, what? Not another adventure, is it? I'm quite content with my semi-retirement. The owlbear. Of course I'll have him. If he wants to come with me, I'll have to find somewhere for him to sleep, of course. He'd get stuck in the door of my cottage. I suppose you're right. He's come. I can picture the look on my parents' faces already. Don't be a...
A most welcome sight.
So you made it! Now it really is a party.
Aha! You see, Boo? I told you a friend was near.
Past me, present. I'm glad for it.
Now, there's a face I know well and... This what thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate. Until such time it surely for sleep will ever find. So I ask thee, how dost thou feel? What indeed? The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is for now. Thou played thy sleep, rest. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune. There thou art, the dead three. Thy face is God's, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
You, a thief, a liar. Instead of delivering it, do you really? Look to the history of these realms. It is not the... It is the gods who almost... And I would have...